So the WBO have now officially announced they will be mandating Sergey Kovalev to face Anthony Yarde for the WBO light heavyweight title. Now, there's an article on Boxing Scene which I'm going to read off now, which is kind of giving, the ins and outs of the whole, order of this title fight. What I want to touch on first is Anthony Yarde has now been named as the mandatory challenger despite the fact he has fought no final eliminator. Has he even fought a top 15 ranked WBO opponent? I don't think he has. I honestly don't think he has. So, again, these sanctioned bodies making the rules up as they go along. And I know Fish Eyes has had a very good relationship with the WBO over the years, a very close relationship. But even still, Yarde, a fantastic fighter, a very talented fighter, he's fought nobody. And he is mandatory challenger for the WBO light heavyweight title. Dylan White cannot get a mandatory position for a shot at any of the heavyweight titles, let alone the WBC, but any of them. And despite the fact he's beaten credible oppositions, he's beaten a former world champion in Joseph Parker. I know weight divisions, we're talking different weight divisions, but even still, if we're using this as a yardstick, it really does say it all about these sanctioned bodies. Anyway, it's a little rant on that kind of over. I'm going to read it now here, the article I have on Boxing Scene, and it says that the World Boxing Organization, WBO, has officially ordered a light heavyweight contest between WBO world champion Sergey Kovalev and undefeated top contender Anthony Yarde. The sanctioning body advised the parties have 30 days to negotiate and reach an agreement. If an agreement is not reached within the time frame set, a purse bid will be ordered, presumed with the WBO regulations, etc., etc. The minimum acceptable bid for the purse bid is $300,000. Okay, so that's just the kind of little ins and outs of how they're going to go about it. I would wonder, will there be any issues with this? My question is not really will there be issues with it, will it go to a purse bid, or will there be issues? Will Anthony Yarde take this opportunity? Frank Warren, I'm sure at this stage, would probably like to put Anthony Yarde in with Sergey Kovalev, not because he wanted to cash out, not because, he thinks Anthony Yarde won't win. I'm sure he has some confidence in his fighter, yes. But Frank Warren is starting to get a growing base of fighters. And I actually remember talking with Ade, Boxing Talk, Manta Box Talk with Ade on WhatsApp there last month, and we were both discussing that we actually feel at this stage, kind of moving forward, if you're talking about UK-based fighters, that Frank Warren actually may have a stronger stable than Eddie Hearn. So Frank Warren maybe be a bit more willing to take risks with people like Anthony Yarde in world title fights like this. The question is would Yarde's trainer and manager Tunde Ajayi be willing to take this risk of a fight? It might be a nice little payday for Anthony Yarde, considering all things considered. I don't know what split the WBO mandatory challenger would get. I think Hughie Fury, if memory serves me correct, I know this is a while ago, but if Hughie Fury, I believe, got 40%, it was a 40-60 split, I think, when Hughie Fury fought Joseph Parker, when Parker was champion. Maybe it's something like that. Will Tunde Ajayi risk Anthony Yarde in this fight? Because he's not been willing to make fights with people like Jose Burton, with Joshua Boazzi, and was there someone else? I think there might have been someone else that they kind of, threw a name kind of away. Maybe it might have been Callum Johnson. Which these are British level guys. Callum Johnson, you can say maybe he's fringe world level, but Jose Burton, kind of European, British, same with Joshua Boazzi. They've been seemingly unwilling to take fights with these guys. Are they going to take a fight with Sergey Kovalev, who, you could make a case for as the best in the light heavyweight division? Arguably. I wouldn't necessarily say that myself, but he's one of the top three anyway. Would you really expect them to put him in with Sergey Kovalev? I don't know. I'd be very sceptical, to be honest with you. But if, for argument's sake, he does, Tunde Ajayi does decide, Anthony, let's take this fight, it's a world title fight, we'll get a nice little payday, and if you lose, it's a world title fight. Would he do it? We don't know, but if he did, who would give Anthony Yarde a shot in that fight against Sergey Kovalev? Me, in his last fight, Yarde looked good, as he normally does. He was getting hit a lot. Well, not hit a lot, but there were shots that were getting through. The guy he fought, I forget the guy's name, Reeves, I think is how you pronounce it, was coming to fight. And, he was landing little pitter-patter shots on Anthony Yarde. And he only had like 7 knockouts, he wasn't a puncher. And you kind of think the back of your head, if that was a Sergey Kovalev, what kind of reaction would Yarde have? Because he's never been in there with a puncher of any level. much less a Sergey Kovalev, who can make a claim to be the hardest puncher in the light heavyweight division. So, all things considered, I would make Sergey Kovalev firm favourite in this fight if it happened. Firm favourite. Yarde is very skilled, he's very talented. For someone with such little amateur experience, he's very, very talented fighter. But no, I think the level opposition he's fought prior to this, it's too much of a jump. It's a massive jump. I mean, the original opponent he had for his fight at the Royal Albert Hall, I forget the guy's name, but he went 12 rounds, or no, did he go 12 rounds? He went 12 rounds with Vodcek. That would have been a kind of reasonable jump up. It would have been a good little jump up for Yarde. But to go from the guy he fought in Rivas to Sergey Kovalev, I think it's too big of a jump, and I don't think Yarde. I think that there may be some flaws there that we're not going to see, that we don't see, but someone like a Sergey Kovalev could expose. So I think I would be very surprised if Yarde takes this fight, or his team take this fight. And if it does happen, I would make Sergey Kovalev firm favourite to win. He'd probably stop Yarde, to be honest with you. But who knows? Will this fight happen? Are you excited? Do you want this fight to happen? And if this fight does happen, does anyone have Anthony Yarde, to be the dark horse and pull the upset? I don't personally, but I'm sure there might be someone out there who does. So please feel free to leave your thoughts down below. As always, like, share the video if you enjoyed it, if you felt it useful. Leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you for dropping by the channel. I appreciate people taking, time out of their day to listen to my videos. And as always, subscribe if you're new, and I will talk to you after.